Hello everybody and welcome. I'm Kayla from Charlie Alpha Tango. Today we're going to be reading the very chilling tale of The Woodcutter's Wife, Volume 1. This is a book that you can find in Skyrim. It is told by Mogan, son of Molog. Legend tells of a woodcutter who built a shack deep within the pine forest. There he hoped to live in peace with his family. The woodcutter's family lived well for a time, but without warning, the weather turned bitterly cold and spoiled the harvest. Before long, their meager supply of food all but gone. The family was starving. Late one snowy night, a traveler knocked on the cabin door, seeking shelter from the biting cold. Always generous of heart, the woodcutter welcomed the stranger into his home, apologizing that he had no food to offer. With a smile, the traveler cast off his cloak to reveal the garments of a mage. As the woodcutter and his family looked on, the mysterious visitor reached into his satchel and withdrew a scroll tied with a silver ribbon. No sooner had the wizard unfurled the scroll and read the words aloud when a great feast appeared from out of thin air. That night, nobody in the woodcutter's cabin went hungry. Day by day, the snow piled up. Every night, the mage produced another scroll from his bag and read the words, each time summoning a new feast. On the fifth night, the woodcutter's wife awoke her husband to confess her mistrust of their magical guest. Surely, she argued, there was some price to pay for the magical feast that everyone enjoyed night after night. The woodcutter would have none of it. After nearly dying from the lack of food, his family was eating well. The divines had sent them a gift, he explained, and it was foolish to question their wisdom. But the woodcutter's wife would not be persuaded. Every night she grew more fearful and more desperate. She was certain the family had entered into a devil's bargain, and the time would soon come when the mage would ask for something unspeakable in return for his gifts. While everyone in the cabin slept, the woodcutter's wife snuck out of bed and took her husband's axe in hand. She crept into the traveler's room and with one swing lopped off his head. Suddenly, the wizard's disembodied head awoke. His eyes opened wide, and when he beheld his maimed body, he let forth a terrible cry. Awakened by the horrified scream, the woodcutter and his children rushed into the room and gasped at the terrible sight of the decapitated mage. With his last gasp of breath, the traveler laid a fearful curse on the woodcutter's wife. After her mortal death, she was damned to rise once again and walk the woods alone, only to burn at the rising of the sun. To this day, those who walk the pine forest late at night tell tales of a weeping woman glimpsed between the trees. She carries a bloody axe, the stories say, and is terrifying to behold. Thank you for listening to this terrifying story. I looked it up to see if this is true, if she still roams around in the forest of Skyrim somewhere so that I could follow this up with like me tracking her down or something. But unfortunately she doesn't. Nobody has found her if she does, so I don't know. Maybe it's like this grand Easter egg nobody has found yet. But anyways, it's a shame because I really wanted to ask her some questions. Just wondering, why would you kill some awesome mage guy that's giving you free food when you're starving? I mean, I understand being weary of it, but can't you, like, talk about it with him, not chop his head off? I mean, that poor dude. Just going around chopping off mages' heads. Like, what is your deal, lady? I don't know. But also, since he was a mage and he was, like, creating magical food, wouldn't that taste better than normal food? I mean, because think about it. If you're a mage and you're creating magical food, would you create just some random mundane burger, or would you create like the most amazing magical burger like you possibly could? Because I know what I would do. So, I mean, lady, why? Why you gotta go around axing off awesome people's heads that can make magical burgers? I mean, like, who knows? This guy could have gone on to be a legend. I don't know. This lady's crazy. Also, this is a very creepy story. And unfortunately, it's just now getting dark outside. I'm gonna have nightmares tonight. But I hope you guys don't. Thank you again for listening and have a great day.